Alright, so it's finally decided it wants to work. Oh, uh-oh. But my gilded is going in and out, so it might decide to hate me and everything. Anyway, alright, so hello everybody. This is a book 1, the Drift, or book 3, the Drifter Part 1. Let me go ahead and stop that. Actually, do this one. So, um, we're going to be jumping ahead to from, I think it was Monday last game to Thursday. Um, Basically, it's your first day back to school for 2 of you. Um, the trait focus, who can you trust, is going to be a big one because similar to the last game or the last book, even your own family, you don't really know if you can trust them. And yeah, we'll let you go ahead and, Mac, if you want to go ahead and recite your intro.
Yep. Jake, stop her. Words echo in my mind as I try to sleep. I don't know why I was having this nightmare. I don't recognize the voices, but I've been having nightmares ever since I seen the dirty, homeless-looking blonde chick, a girl, sneaking around my house a few days earlier. Imagine of a polar bear, a starship bridge, a bloody sheath, limp cobra, and a group of faceless teens looking at the carnage from a view screen. Sounds of horror and death. I was awoken with the start by my mother's voice calling for me to wake up and get ready for school. I sat up, a cold sweat running down my body. A light knock comes at my bedroom door. Alex, get up. Yes, Mum, I replied. The bus will be here in 20 minutes, Mum said. Kenneth left earlier to walk to school. I said, okay, I'm getting ready. My name is Alex. The last few days have been rough. I cannot tell you my last name or anything else about me. My brother and I have been staying home from school, trying to keep a low profile. We have a dangerous secret that we have to keep. During a field trip to the national forest that went wrong, some of my classmates and I discovered the Earth is being infested by an alien empire called the Kelbrids. Then another alien gave us the power to morph into any animal we touch. And we were the lucky ones because some of the other students didn't survive. We cannot tell anyone because anyone could be a Kelbrid spy in human form. Now I have to go back to school and act like everything's normal, but nothing will be normal ever again.
So, Mac, Alex is being rushed, to the bus stop. As you know, Kenneth has already left because he decided for some reason that he is going to walk. Let me actually move people to their various UIs. Um, by the way, because I just didn't have time. Some of your bonuses that you have at the top of your screen on your UI, they may be a bit janky as far as like where they're located. Don't worry, eventually I will change it. I will make a whole new UI that will have those on it on the side, kind of like where your morphs are or something. So don't worry about that too much. As long as you can physically read it, it's fine. But yeah, don't forget we're starting book 3, so most people have gotten 3 kind of skills or whatever. Um, you may have 2 if you missed a session, or you may have 4 because of various things that have happened in game. Um, but I'm not gonna, like I said about the Estrine issue, I'm not gonna let anybody kind of get more OP than the rest of the players, so you don't have to worry about that too much. Now, um, you get to Alex, you get to the bus, or you go to catch the bus. Um, you get on the bus. Obviously, Kenneth isn't there. Blah blah blah. What is on the way to school? What's Alex thinking? Where's Alex at mentally? What's his mindset? How's he feeling?
I'm thinking, how come my brother not wake me up to walk to school with him? Just leaving me like that.
Yeah.
That's it. I have to get him back with a prank. That's it. Nah. He's gonna get it now. He didn't wake me up and wanted me to walk to school with him. That's it. All bets are off.
All right. So you're gonna start your prankster war. All right. Fair enough. You are. Go ahead and roll me a perception check. So let me go ahead and look at your. Now let me ask you something though, Matt. Is Alex the kind of person who is looking out the window as the bus is driving?
Yep.
Or like reading a book or?
He's looking outside the window.
Okay. So I'm gonna need. Let's see. Just gotta check your character sheet real quick. So it's gonna be insight and security, and the difficulty is gonna be scaled from 0 to 3.
I do have a focus called Observant.
Okay, that will work. You don't have any personal momentum, do you?
No.
Not yet. Okay. All right. Oh wow. Okay. So here's what you notice. As you're kind of staring out the bus window. The first thing you notice, I mean, the bus is going down its normal, street to get to school, and the first thing you notice, after probably about 20 or 30 minutes of driving, I mean, it takes a long. Usually, generally speaking, it takes a while for buses to get to the school because they have to drive around the city picking people up, or the town, or whatever, or in some cases go into the outskirts, into the boonies. But yeah, about 20 or 30 minutes into the bus trip. You actually are just happen to be looking out the window, and you see Kenneth walking. And this is you're not too far from the school, so it makes sense that the bus is passing Kenneth, depending on what time he left the house. But you do happen to see him out there. Because you got 3 successes, you can see that he's walking pretty quickly, like he's power walking. But he also seems to be trying to avoid being seen by somebody. And then as you kind of, you got 3 successes, so as you look to see like why is he walking like that? Is he following somebody? And you look down the sidewalk, and you do see that he is following somebody, and I'm going to put the picture of that person on the screen. Where is it? Give me 1 second. and you. Oh, that's not working, right? Come on, don't do this to me. Why is it doing that? Let me try it again. For some reason, when I post there, are you able to see the picture, or because for me it's not working?
It's not working for me.
Okay. Okay, I'll just tell
Okay,
you
I'll just
then.
tell you.
It is the same
Is the same
blonde girl that you had
blonde girl
seen
that you've seen
once before.
once before.
Filthy, torn up, filthy
Torn up,
clothes,
filthy clothes,
smudged face. It looks
smudged
like
face.
some
It looks like some
war paint on her
war paint on
cheeks.
her
She's
cheeks.
blonde.
She's blonde.
And she
And she
is
is
walking with purpose. She
walking with
doesn't seem
purpose.
to
She
have
doesn't
noticed
seem to have
Kenneth.
noticed Kenneth.
Okay.
What do you want to do, if anything?
If anything.
I First off, he tries to ring up Kenneth.
All right. This is gonna be 50-50 thing
50-50 thing.
to see if he has
if
his
he-
phone on vibrate or if it's gonna be pretty loud and you're gonna get his
Yeah.
attention. Is it on vibrate?
Is it on
And I'm gonna
vibrate?
say
I'm gonna
50-50.
say 50-50.
Extreme no.
Extreme
Ooh.
no.
So you now at this point you're past him. You can look out the window towards the back and see him in the distance. But at this point you've already passed him. So you pull up you know by the time you get him on the phone, you don't it's not like the windows like if you were passing him and the windows were down and you were driving really slow, then you would be able to hear his phone ring. But like I said, you've already passed him. So yeah, after probably 20 seconds, he answers. He's like, "What's up, brother?"
What the fuck are you doing? Calling that crazy woman?
I saw her.
I saw her.
And I decided to follow her.
I decided to follow her.
This morning I saw her.
This morning I saw her.
Because she was
she was
in our yard and stuff, and also a couple days ago. But yeah, I had to stop following her now because you called me and she spun around and saw me and heard the phone, and then started running. So I got a pigeon morph that or a pigeon that I acquired the DNA from the other day. I'm gonna morph into pigeon and follow her.
Why didn't you tell Dad?
About the pigeon morph?
The pigeon morph?
No, about her being in the yard.
I don't know. She seemed creepy.
No, she seemed creepy.
Like not creepy like
Not
I'm gonna
creepy
try to
like,
steal
I'm gonna
stuff
try
from
to
you,
steal
but
stuff
like
from you, but like
remember those primals?
those primals,
Yeah.
Those mountain people?
mountain people.
Like
Why didn't
that.
you wake me up?
Because you were sleeping and
and
it was
I
look, it was like 5 in the
Look, it was
morning.
like 5 in the morning,
And it was almost time
and
for
it was
school, and
almost
I had to
time
make
for
a
school,
quick
and I had to
decision:
make a quick
either
decision.
follow her
Either
or
follow
waste
her,
time trying to wake you
trying
up.
to wake you up.
And I just figured I'd follow her.
I'd follow her.
You wouldn't have to get in trouble
Have to get in trouble.
if anything happened.
Thing happened.
That's it. See you at school. Don't be late.
I mean, I might be late.
I might be late.
He hangs up and he rings up Officer Eli.
All right. You call Officer Eli. It's like I said, it's probably like 7 in the morning at this point, so he's probably on his way to work at the school. But he answers and he's like, "What's up? What's up?"
We had a creepy lady stalking around our place. Blonde hair, she looks filthy, and she's been around our place for the last 3 days, ever since we returned. And my brothers decided to go and follow her.
You know what? Make a presence and command check to see if anybody on the bus overhears you.
I'll double check my... In composure,
Yep, composure will work. Oh wow. All right, so I'm gonna give you one personal momentum for that because you got 3 successes again. Let's grab that. Just put that over there. All right. And just let me know if whenever you want to buy dice, if you're gonna spend with the pool momentum or the momentum that you get. Most of this book is probably going to be personal momentum because most people are kind of split up into different locations. So more than likely, if you're going to buy dice with momentum, it's going to be personal momentum. But yeah, you basically are able to ensure that nobody around you, like you're whispering, but I mean nobody's paying attention. I mean most of the time, honestly, at least in my experience, 60 to 70% of the bus, the students are asleep this early in the morning, so you don't have to worry too much about it. But yeah, he basically responds with, wait, can you say that again? You said a blonde woman's creeping around your house? Just call the police.
Yeah, my brother. I'm pre-warning you. Okay, he's gonna be running late. But if he doesn't end up showing up, you know why.
Oh, okay. So you said he's stalking this lady?
Yes.
Did he say why? Is it just some homeless lady that's trying to find a abandoned house to sleep in?
No, I've seen this chick 3 days earlier,
Okay.
and she was deliberately looking at. She started coming around after the incident at the National Forest.
All right. Well, we'll look into it, but for right now, just go to school and act normal.
Okay,
All right. And
hangs up.
5 or 10 minutes later, the bus arrives at school, and Marco's not here, so we will skip Marco's car ride with his sister and jump to the forest where Jimmy has been hiding out. I guess hiding out is probably not the right term, but living in a temporary camp with 2 other individuals. One of them being Gemma, the woman who was holding the Kelbrid operatives hostage with an energy weapon called a shredder. And then the other is a new guy that you just met a couple days earlier when you came to this campsite. And his name is Ronan, and he's kind of like a hunter, a wilderness guy. He knows the wilderness really well. He knows animals really well, and you know that he is also morph capable like yourself. He is part of the remnant. He is one of the leaders, plural leaders, lieutenants, as is Gemma. Even though there isn't many, like there's a few dozen members of the resistance left. Even though there's not that many, they still try to keep their leadership more of a council rather than one person, reigning over everybody. Just because that's how it's always been for like the last 20 years. So yeah. You are in a kind of makeshift shack. You've been sleeping in this shack for like the last 3 days or so, probably longer. And you know that there's a tent outside that Gemma sleeps in, and there's kind of like a lean-to leaned up against some sticks and some a tree where Ronan sleeps. And you basically wake up at 8 in the morning, sharp, to banging on the door. And you hear Ronan's voice say, "Yo, Jimbo, rise and shine, buddy. Today's your day. Pass today's test, and you could meet one of the Remnant's leaders." So you get up.
Rouse myself, shake it off.
Okay. Now, is Jimmy the kind of a person who wakes up groggy, or is he a morning person? He's up and ready to go.
Now that's such groggy, it just takes him a minute to focus.
Gotcha. All right. So you get to the door. Outside is Ronan and Gemma, of course, waiting for you. And they look at you and they give you a knowing smirk. And let's do an insight check. You could get a lot of information from not just from them about their facial expressions and all that from an insight check, but you could also get some other information. So let's do. It'll be insight, and I'll let you decide either command or security.
Get him up. All right, we're boop, 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 boop. There he is. Inside and security. That's my highest. Everything's flatty. What's the?
Oh, I think they've changed the character sheet since we've played last. If you go to your second page on your character sheet, it'll have a list of focuses if you want to check to see if you have any focuses that would apply. By clicking on the gear symbol up at the top. Because yeah, they changed the character sheet, so there's a lot of things that just aren't there right now for some reason. Let's see. Where's focuses? Okay, there it is at the bottom. Intimidation and guile. Yeah, I don't think actually. You know what? Guile. Yeah, you can use the focus of guile, but you have to get at least one success. Actually, no, you've got to get at least 2 successes for that focus to work, or for that focus to apply in this situation because of what it pertains to. So if you get 1 success, you'll be able to figure some things out, but you might not necessarily be able to figure out what you need the focus of guile for. So just click on focus used yes, and then if you want to give me threat, you can give me threat. If you want more dice, it's up to you, or you can just roll 2 dice. See what happens.
I'll use another dice.
All right.
Dice roll 3.
So yep.
Are you gonna do the focus use?
Just click on yes.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, it doesn't specify the focuses, unfortunately. Gonna lie, because you just woke up. I mean, you don't really know what's going on as far as like why they're what the test is or why they're waking you up at 8 in the morning or anything. So it kind of makes sense. But they are smirking knowingly, and you the Ronan actually says, "All right, listen up, Jimmy." And as he's talking, you actually hear the sound of like crunching coming from to the like right next to you, and you look over and you see Gemma is starting to change, and also so is Ronan, and they're beginning to grow greenish leathery skin and scales, and horns begin popping out of their heads and their arms, spikes and claws, and their feet turn into talons. And he says, if you can catch us with whatever morph you see fit, then you will meet one of the leaders. And I will go ahead and put a picture of the final form as they morph into something they will call, and actually they will say, as they're morphing, they're going to use their thought speak and say into your mind, these creatures are aliens called the Hork-Bajir. They are naturally very peaceful and herbivores. However, they, as you can tell by the blades, can be vicious warriors if need be. And their natural habitat is massive forests. And then with that, they leap probably 15 feet into the air, landing on a large, massive redwood tree, each one of them, and then begin kind of not flying, but like swinging through the trees, and they latch onto the bark with their horns or their spikes that are coming out of their elbows and their fingertips, their claws, and they kind of scramble away through the trees, And yeah, now you are going to have to find them, and that will be your test. So, question: as you can see, you've got gorilla, you've got the Doberman, you've got a couple of birds and mosquito. Which morph are you going to try? Or are you just going to sit there and say, fuck them, I'm not playing their games?
Let's see. What do I got for speedy babes? Mosquito.
You want to go for mosquito?
Yeah.
Alright. Go ahead and make a... Let me check the character sheet one more again. Because I remember last time, I cannot remember which... We'll say con. So it'll be daring and con to roll. Now, keeping in mind, you're going to be rolling 4 times. The first one is just to start the morph. If you don't succeed, it doesn't even start. If you get a complication, then that increases the difficulty from, let's see, you've morphed this once before, I believe, right? Or was that just a partial morph?
Partial morph when I first got it.
Yeah. So we'll say we'll start. The first one will be difficulty 2, but as long as you're good on that, then I think it's fair to say that the rest can be difficulty 1. But basically, if you get a complication, it will increase the difficulty of the next task roll. So yeah, daring and con, and you tell me if you want to buy any dice or use a focus or anything like that, or any talents that you might have.
Any focus or talents that will work on this?
Let's see. Guile and intimidation, no. Let me check your talents. Untapped potential. I believe that's if you buy dice with... I gotta expand it to read it. Whenever you succeed at a task for which you bought 1 or more additional dice with either momentum or threat, they may re-roll a d6. And then if you get a bonus... You get personal bonus momentum equal to the roll. So if you get a 1 or a 2, you get that many. But if you get an effect, which is a 5 or a 6, then I get threat. So you would have to succeed at the first task roll before you can use that one. Mean right hook doesn't apply, and neither does tough.
Alright, let's go. Let's see what happens.
Okay. Did you roll daring and con? Because it looks like it says insight security. Hold on, let me check your character sheet. Daring and con. In fact, you rolled inside security, so I'll give you some information that you do glean. Besides the 2 Hork-Bajir that have bounded off into the woods, you do sense another presence in the trees. You're not sure if it's just, a freaking, bird or if it's like an alien creature. You don't know, but you do sense another presence out there. I'm hungry. I'm going to take a bite of my burger. Be right back. Well, that's weird. It says false. What does that mean? Man, that's a messy ass burger.
It clicked on daring and con.
It might be because you didn't click on the task roll 2 Let me check. Oh, it still did that. That is so weird. Either way, you got 2 successes, so you are starting this morph. Go ahead and make, if you want, you can roll all 3 of them one after the other, or you can roll the first one, see how you do. But as long as you get at least 1 success, you are good. The main problem is getting a hold of the mosquito instincts. That is going to be, I think that'll be the difficulty 2. You'll have 2 difficulty 1s and then a difficulty 2. But as long as you do well with the other 2, you could potentially get more momentum. And then, oh, by the way, do you want to buy any dice? Because that's how that talent comes into effect if you succeed while buying dice.
Okay, what do I do? And what's the qualification for them buying dice?
So if you can give me threat, which is something I use, similar to like your version of momentum, or if you have momentum, you can spend that, but you don't. I don't think you have momentum, so you would have to give me another threat. But that would activate that talent though. So it's up to you.
Yeah, let's go with it.
All right.
I'll roll 3.
Okay. Nice. All right. So it's so weird because you rolled the right amount of dice, but on my screen, and it might just be because of how it's the new character sheet is set up. Because as we've discovered, the new character sheet is really not great. But it just looks like you're not rolling anything, but I can clearly see that you are. So you got 3 successes, so that is going to give you 2 bonus momentum. So let me grab that, and that way you know that you've got it to use. Now go ahead and roll a d6. So what you want to do is where it says challenge dice, which is right under the task roll, you're going to type in the where it says 0, you're just going to type a 1 and then hit enter. And if you don't hit enter, it's not, even if you click the combat symbol, it's not going to register it. So make sure you put 1 in and then you hit enter and then you click on that symbol, and then if it's a 1 or a 2, then you get that much momentum. And that is a 3, which means no momentum, but I don't get more threats, so that's good. And you basically want to do that every time you spend momentum to get more dice or give threat to give dice, or to get dice. Alright, so now you need to roll 2 more times. Daring and con, difficulty is 1. And basically, right now, you've got those legs just coming out of your sides again, and you're shrinking. And then this will determine like what's the next step in your morphing.
I'll burn momentum for a dice.
Okay. Uh-oh. What? Did I disconnect? No. Okay. So you got the 1 success, so that's good, but you did get a complication. So it's going to increase the difficulty of the next one, which would be a 2 to 3. But you did spend dice, so go ahead and roll that challenge dice again to see if you get momentum back.
Alright.
Because you might need it. No, you did not. So you got to roll 1 more time. You need 3 successes to complete this morph. Physically, you're pretty much done. You've got to grab hold of that mosquito mind, which you know it just wants to suck blood. So, do you want to spend that momentum to get a 3rd dice?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and click on that 3, and then roll 1 more time, and let's see what happens.
3 on 3.
So you got 5. I don't know why it's purple. 5, 14, and a 11, all of which I believe are successes. Yes, they are. So you got 3 successes. Difficulty was 3. You can sense that mosquito. Like, it's funny because the mosquito's natural, like, just instinct is find blood, drink it, move on somewhere else, find more blood, like hunger. However, there is also like an instinctual kind of trepidation, just like there are several predators out here that will possibly try to eat me as well. So you're kind of, but you grab a hold of that instinct and you're like, okay, this mosquito body is mine. And just kind of automatically, you're able to smell blood. You are able to smell the Hork-Bajir blood, but it is quickly getting farther and farther away. So, what is your next move?
Flying off in the direction that I smell.
All right, roll daring and con one more time, but this time it's just movement. Basically, you're just flying after them, um, and you just need one success to successfully move through the trees and target the smell. Um, I will also tell you that that presence that you detected earlier as you're flying after the Hork-Bajir, you can clearly kind of, with the senses of the mosquito, you can clearly identify this is a third Hork-Bajir, and this thing is much closer than the other two, which are kind of quite a bit far away now into the woods. But this other one seems to be kind of just more still, a lot closer, like it's kind of observing. So go ahead and make that movement roll, and you'll be able to decide if you want to go towards this resting Hork-Bajir that's more or less above you, or if you want to go after the two that are escaping.
Ski.
Oh wow! So you got 2 successes, so you get another bonus momentum. All right, so which are you going after, the ones that are trying to escape, or going after the one that's sitting above you, kind of observing the situation?
I'll tag the one above me.
All right, so you fly upwards, um, and we'll come back to you momentarily. Jumping to Ben. All right, Ben.
Yep.
It's 8:30. You you've woken up. You don't have school to worry about. You don't have this resistance movement to worry about. You're living in an RV all by yourself in an RV camp. This campsite is pretty standard for people that are just kind of getting away for a few days. Nobody really notices, how long your vehicle's been there, which has been almost a week at this point, since Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, 5 days. So nobody notices because everyone is usually gone by then, and then the people that show up again, they don't know how long you've been here. So you're pretty relaxed as far as, like, you don't have anything to worry about. Every once in a while you get like a message or a call from Officer Eli being like, hey, is everything all right? But otherwise the last few days have been pretty chill. So what are you doing? What has Ben doing this morning?
Well, Ben has been morphing into his bird, but he's not been able to replicate the bird's voice, and he's been having a problem with it. So he's trying to morph back into the bird to work on the bird's voice, because the bird can talk a little bit, but I can't do it.
Speaking of which, let me put that picture on your UI. So you have a fourth bird, which is a parrot. I'm actually going to put it in the pet section because it's more of a pet than anything. It's not really that useful for flying compared to like the mallard, which is like a long distance flyer. So let me put that there. All right. So you've been practicing that. I'm going to say, go ahead and give me one morph sequence as a difficulty 2, kind of to represent the first time that you morphed, attempted to morph it. Yours is, I believe, control, right?
Yep.
All right, so it'll be control and con, difficulty 2. Is there anything you want to... Oh, nope. So you concentrate, and this is the first time. This is probably like 3 days ago, but you try to concentrate. It doesn't. It just isn't happening. Go ahead and try again. After like an hour of resting, you attempt again. Do you want to give me threat for another die?
Nope.
Yep. You're looking at your parrot. Which, by the way, what's your parrot's name again? I don't remember if you
Oh,
told me.
yeah. It was Pico, like the T.
How do you spell that? Because I don't know nothing about it.
Piko.
Gotcha. All right, Peekaboo. Okay, no. So yeah, you're looking at Pico like, what in the world? How am I not doing this? um, but yeah, he just looks back at you like, you know, you know, how are you not doing this or whatever Pico says in his.
Shit.
All right, do you want to try again? You could give me threat for another dice. Do you have any
Yeah, I'm gonna
taunts?
try again. No, I don't think anything that would work for this.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you a threat for an extra dice, I guess.
All right. I'm just changing out one of your talents because I forgot to take away untapped or childhood insight and give you uh, untapped.
Actually, I'm pretty sure we fixed it at one point.
What do you mean?
No, I thought I put it on there.
I don't know. I saw childhood insight still there, so I was like, I know everyone's got untapped potential, so I just changed it out. All right. So you're giving me threat, and you're going to attempt this one more time. Let's see what happens. Or did you already roll? Yep, you already rolled.
I already rolled.
Now that 19, I don't think is supposed to be a critical fail, so that's just a fail. But that just shows you, like, your first attempt for some unknown reason, even though you've already morphed a bird, that was actually supposed to be way harder because when you acquired the DNA of the hawk, you basically had to fight for it because you know, it's a hawk. It's not a parrot that is used to you kind of petting it. But for some unknown reason, and to be honest, maybe that's it. And I'm not putting words in your mouth, but you tell me if this is something that your character would think. Like the idea of morphing into your own pet kind of is disturbing to you. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, a little bit, because
Yeah.
it's been around for a while. Like I got it when I was like 7.
Yeah, so it's almost like just becoming your best friend or something like that. Like it's really disturbing, but eventually, I mean, you could keep rolling forever, but eventually you're gonna get it. Like it's just statistically possible. You know, it's statistically you're gonna eventually get this morph down. So
Right.
you do eventually get it. Now I need you to roll insight security all of a sudden.
Oh my god, what's up with all these zeros?
Yeah, all these ones and zeros. That's crazy. So you're by the window. You look out and you see someone just hiking. You know, it looks like someone's just hiking through the campsite. Like I mean, people walk through this place all the time. Nobody pays you any mind. You don't pay them any mind. The only thing I would say that you notice is this person is hiking, and it looks like the way that they're hiking. Number one, they have nothing. That is like survival related. Like they don't have a backpack, they don't have weapons, they don't have, you know, packs of food or a thermos, nothing. It's just them in like street clothes. But also, you notice that it's like they're walking through the campsite to get into the deeper woods. It doesn't look like they came here with a car and then all of a sudden, yeah, let's go take a hike, you know, in the middle of the woods. It's like this is just another, you know, waypoint on their journey. But the main thing you notice, even with only one success, is I would say 80% of their body. Well, first of all, their clothes is like filthy, tattered, dirty, torn. They're not wearing any shoes. Their feet, including like 80% of their body, is gleaming metal.
Ooh. Do I recognize the color from previous encounters?
You do not. You just see you don't even really see the metal because of how far away they are. You see the fact that the sun is like beaming off it and like blinding you. Like that's the only reason why you're able to tell like it's metal.
I see. So now that I'm transformed into a parrot, well, I think I'm gonna try to follow them at a distance. Keep to green areas.
Okay.
Up high.
All right. So I'm gonna need you to roll a control and con. So similar to the morph, the difficulty on this is gonna be 5. So this is going to encapsulate a bunch of things. Number one, hopefully, the frickin' morph. Hopefully you succeed at this morph. I know you said you're already morphed, but like we still have to eventually get a success out of it. Also, it's going to be your stealth check. And, trying to be stealthy around a robot or someone that's partially robot, not very easy. So this is going to encapsulate multiple things as to how close you can get to this person. But that being said, my question to you is, if you're in parrot form, how are you getting out of this RV? I mean, I'm assuming there's a window open, maybe?
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking it would be hot, so I'd leave like one of the sliding windows open or something.
Okay. So yeah, give me that difficulty 5. This might be something you want to spend a determination on. This is like game progression important.
Yeah, I'm going to spend a determination, and I'm going to give you 2 threat for 2 extra dice.
All right. So your determination. Oh, and don't forget, you actually do have a second determination because of a previous drawing of the cards that you did. So you actually have 2 determinations. So you used one, and you did not. You still have one. So, all right, and you're going to give me 2 threats, so that will give you 4 dice to roll, and you've already got 2 successes. So you just need 3 successes, and it's going to be control and con. You've got your 3 successes, but that is a 16, which I don't know why. Let me check your character sheet because it's not supposed to be a complication. But like I said, this character sheet system is messed up.
No, it's right because it's 15. I have 15. That would be my.
Well, I'm talking about the complication range. You got it up to 5, but it's only supposed to be 1 because I didn't increase the complication range.
Oh, I thought that's what it was.
No, difficulty is just how many successes you need. Complication range is what you get to give you a critical failure, which honestly I probably should have increased the complication range. But so you just got your 3 successes. So you're a bird. You morphed. You get out of this RV, and you begin flapping your way over to this person, this individual who is just kind of walking. It's not that they're not walking with purpose; they are, and it's not that they're walking like they're exhausted. You can see that they are tired, but it's a different kind of tired. If that makes any sense, which may make more sense in a minute when you actually get up close to them. Now, parrots' eyes, I think, are pretty good. They're birds, so they're probably got better eyesight than a human. So give me an insight security check. I'm just gonna say it's a difficulty 0 because it's a bird and you're relatively close. So this will just give you some personal momentum if you get anything. All right, and yeah, so you get 1 success. So I'm gonna give you a.
Wait a second, because insight is 9. Why didn't I?
Wait, what?
Hang on a second. My insight is 9. But what's the failure rate? Because I'm not seeing that.
What do you mean failure rate?
The number for the 0.
Let me look. All right, so your 0 is a 19.
Okay.
Yeah. But let me grab this momentum for you. All right, so yeah, you see everything. Yes, she is 80% metal, probably more actually. Her entire skull appears to be metal. Half of her face is metal. Cybernetic, cyborg, those words come to mind. Let me go ahead and show you the picture. This is what her face looks like. Now, as you're getting closer and the sun is less of an issue for you, because A, you're a bird, and B, because you're closer and you're able to make out details, you're actually able to see that, yeah, relatively speaking, this individual's cyberneticness body is is metallic and would be gleaming in the sun. But once you get closer, you realize like a lot of it is rusted, a lot of it is like degraded, a lot of it is filthy. If the sun wasn't particularly hot and if you weren't so far away, you wouldn't even like it wouldn't be gleaming the way it is. So yeah, basically most of it is just like a gunmetal gray. But like yeah, she also it's not depicted in the picture, but like the parts of her body that you can see that's not metal is charred, burned. Like she's been through some shit. This person. So what do you want to say? What do you want to do?
So I want to use my like. Do I have to be close to anybody to use my like telepathic abilities?
There is a certain range. You can use it for her. Everyone else, like your own party, they're too far away.
Okay, then that's out of the question. I want to go back to the camper and call the cop, Eli.
Okay. Make a control con because you're this isn't gonna be your morphing. This is gonna be you trying to fly into the half open window. And if you get a critical fail, I'm gonna laugh my ass off as you just slam right into the window. Control con difficulty 1. You got 2, so I'll give you another bonus momentum. You get in there, you're flapping your wings to slow you down, and you land next to your buddy, Pico. Now you need to roll control con to demorph, difficulty 1. Another bonus momentum.
So like 3 or 4.
You're at 3 now.
Okay.
So yeah, you demorph, rush over, grab your phone, call him, and who are you said you're calling? Officer Eli?
Eli.
Alright. Strangely enough, as you're trying to call him, the ring actually goes on for a bit of time. Like, he doesn't answer immediately. In fact, it goes a full revolution of, like, I don't know how many rings it goes before it goes to, like, a voicemail, probably, like, 8 or something. But it goes to voicemail. Then you try to call him again, and on, like, the second ring, he picks up, and he's like, yeah.
Eli, I'm not trying to bother you right now, but I think I just ran into the armored bitch from the burning campsite.
He's there's silence on Andon as he's trying to remember what you're talking about. He says, what burned who?
Eli, it's me.
No, I know it's Ben, but like who are you talking who are you referring to?
The armored woman that was chasing us through the campsite. Oh, wait, you were too messed up. Yeah.
Also, didn't she blow up? I mean,
I don't know, but
dead.
she should be, but I just saw some armor that looked like it was torched, and that leads me to believe that maybe this one is, I don't know, the one that was attacking us.
Alright, can you follow at a distance just to make sure, like, we need to figure out who this person is actually. If it's the same person that tried to kill us, then we need to deal with that. If it's someone that was there, we need to deal with that. If it's something completely different, we need to deal with that. You get what I'm saying?
I do, but there's 2 of them, unfortunately. There's 2 people with armor, and I can't do this alone. I don't want to do it alone.
Are you intentionally deceiving him? Because there's only
No,
one.
I thought there was 2. Oh, there's only one? I thought there was a couple of joggers.
No, there's just the one woman.
Oh, okay. Just the one woman. Never mind.
Okay. He says, yeah, I'm at work right now, which is high school. If I just leave here, they're going to notice. So just follow her. Don't engage. And we'll get there on lunch break or something.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
4 hours away, so it's going to be a while. All right. Yeah, after you hang up, she's in the woods now. So in order to kind of catch up and follow her, you're going to have to remorph into something, that can see, smell, and hear really well. Do you want to go back to Parrot? Also, just so you know, your fatigue level, let's see, is up 1 because you morphed and demorphed. Where in the world? Oh, there it is. Well, that's not right. But yeah. So which one are you going with?
Just give me a second.
Yeah, no problem. I've got to figure out what the hell's going on with this fatigue. It's got the wrong freaking picture. You there, Tolly?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just trying to figure out. Oh, is it the gear that has
What are you looking for?
the morphs?
Are you on your user interface? Hold on, let me make sure I moved you there. Yeah, you should be on roll 20.
Yeah, I'm on roll 20. Oh, here it is. Well, it's under old equipment for some reason. So I'm gonna be turning into the red-shouldered hawk.
Okay, which is what you used last time. So the good news is, um, the normal difficulty would be 1 because you've already morphed that. The bad news is, because of your fatigue, you know, morphing and then morphing back, and now it's going to increase the difficulty back up to 2. So you still have the 1 extra determination, which, by the way, your values are self-defense. So I'm assuming that's what you used for the last one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But what's up, Nostra?
I sent what happened.
I read it.
Andy.
It's all good. We haven't gotten to. Oh, I hear a kitty. We haven't gotten to your part anyway, so you're good. But basically,
Dismissed me because I was gone.
yeah. So okay, so difficulty 2, control and con to morph into your red-shouldered hawk. You can use a determination of self-defense if you want to. What's
I'm
the
gonna save it. I'm gonna save it just in case.
yeah.
I'm just gonna.
Also, you already used self-defense, so I will say, who can you trust? The trait focus is you know, you could use that, but yeah. So you're gonna save it. You got 3 momentum if you want to try to. Oh, you've already rolled, I think. So, all right. So we're gonna go with the first one, which I mean they're both the same, so that's fine. But you are starting your morph into red-shouldered hawk. And the second one will be your second roll, so you need 2 more rolls of control con difficulty 2. All right, you've got your. So the first thing that happened was, you know, your arms just started growing like tattoos that looked like bird feathers, and then they became 3D, and then bam, they sprouted feathers. And then the second thing that happened was you started shrinking, and your entire like shoulders and arms just became wings. So now you're like Birdman. But then the last thing that happened, you know, your whole body as you're shrinking, your tail sprouts and you've got a beak, and now you just got to roll to get control of the mind of the hawk, which is difficulty 2 again. And you did it. See, you got all those zeros before. Now you got all the 2 successes, all the 1s. All right. So you wrestle control of this freaking hawk, and you fly out and to follow. Um, you need to roll a control and con for a stealth. This is going to be a difficulty of 3 to maintain your stealthy, like, oh, I'm just a bird, don't mind me, kind of stealth flying.
I'm gonna use one of my momentum to get an extra dice.
Okay. Ooh. And that's a 20, so that is a complication. So, You actually are flying through the woods. You can see her up ahead. I mean, with hawk vision, you don't, it's, you can easily see her. You can easily even keep up with her. Um, However, I am gonna say, let's see, where is it? That's that. Okay. I'm gonna say that obviously she's gonna detect you. She's gonna look up at a bird that's flying, probably at a decent distance, but like with her cybernetic eyes, she can see that you're a bird following. Um, Whether or not she knows that you're not supposed to be there is a different story, but she has detected you. And I will say, probably after following her for only like 2 or 3 minutes, she stops in the middle of the woods and just leans up against a tree. And we're going to come back to you after we do the Marco situation. All right, so Marco.
So
Uh-oh.
you know, my brain might accidentally be interrupted because my cat is kneading on me.
I mean, that cat's
And his
needing.
claws are sharp.
Cats need to need.
Yeah,
um, so it's
he's a
Thursday.
big boy.
Yep. So it's Thursday. A few days have passed. It's time to go back to school. At first, your mom was like, "Oh, maybe we should keep you, home for a bit, because of what happened. I think that's fair." Whether now is would Marco suggest or not suggest insist that he goes to school, or is he like, "Yeah, no, I want to stay home too. That's definitely something I want to do."
I would most likely insist of going.
All right. So you're about ready to, you know, you're up and ready to go. Your mom's like, okay, well, if you're gonna go to school, I want to take you. And then that's when a knock comes on the door, and that's Carla, your Marco's sister. She comes in and she says, I'd actually like to take, even though Carla doesn't live here anymore. She apparently drove all the way to your house because she wants to take you to school. Selena, your Marco's mom, is kind of looking at her like, well, that's weird, but okay, whatever. Now it's up to you, Marco, if you want to just say, yay, I get to spend time with my sister and go with Carla, or if you want to insist that your mother, Marco's mother, take him.
I am curious on why you drove all the way here just to take me to school. I mean, I would not mind having mom drive me. Not that embarrassing.
She chuckles as you guys walk out the front door towards the car, and it's pretty early in the morning. It's like 7:30 in the morning at this point. But she's like, I just, after everything, I sighs. I just wanted to spend time with you and make sure everything was okay. I hope that's okay. I hope, you know, hope you don't mind.
No worries, and no need to mind.
Good. She takes you out, get in the car, and you start driving. Now, the weird thing you will notice on your ride to school is unless you actually, start a conversation, she doesn't speak. She doesn't say anything. She's very silent. Her car radio is uncharacteristically off. She's uncharacteristically silent. She answers questions when you ask. If you ask questions, she will answer them very short and to the point, which is kind of unlike her. Usually, she's not like the most talkative person ever, but she's relatively talkative, especially compared to, how she's being now. Does Marco see any issue with this? Does Marco say anything? Does Marco care?
You seem a lot more taciturn than usual.
She looks at you, kind of raising a brow. Then she smiles, almost like a forced smile, and she just shakes her head. She says, I'm fine. I'm just thinking about all the stuff that we heard happened and everything you said, and I mean, obviously, with Dad being gone, I'm just trying to figure out what to do, what to say. I guess I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't even have a right to be upset because of what you've been through.
Yeah.
So you get to the school, and she kind of drops you off, and you look across the school parking lot, and you see Alex's bus has just arrived. Um, you see Alex getting off the bus, but you don't see Kenneth. Now I need both Alex and Marco to roll insight, security, or command checks. Difficulty of either, I'll say, if you get 2 successes, you get everything that you need to get. If you get 1 success, you'll get something, but not a whole lot. All right, so we got Marco got 1 success, and Alex. So Marco, the first thing you notice Officer Eli is actually standing, and at this point, this is around 8. This is probably around, a little bit before 8:30. So this would have been the time where Ben, when you called him, and he didn't answer for like a while. So you see Officer Eli is having a animated conversation with another cop, another resource officer, female, blonde. They look to be having like, it doesn't look like an argument. It just looks like they're very passionate about whatever it is they're talking about, but they're talking about it in a real low, voice so that nobody else can hear them around them. And now, Alex, you get off the bus. You notice Marco. Also, you notice Marco's sister's driven away, and you notice let's see, you're at the bus stop. Hold on, let me go to Roll20 real quick. That one, okay. So that's the school. So yeah, you're at the bus area. You notice a pigeon.
God.
What's up?
Nothing, sorry. My cat's constantly trying to jump on my computer.
Fair enough. You notice a pigeon land on a roof not too far away from you, and it begins preening itself. And for a moment, you're like, is that Kenneth? I mean, he said he had a pigeon morph that he was going to try out. And then the pigeon just flies away with like a bunch of other pigeons. So Alex, question for both Alex and Marco. Do you guys want to meet up? Do you guys want to go see what's up with Officer Eli? What are you guys doing? I guess I'll ask Marco first. Or either one of you, whoever wants to answer.
I'll check. I'll run. I'll try to Hey, boo.
You going to talk to Alex?
Hey, Alex.
Yeah? He's looking at the pigeon.
Is it just me or is that bird acting retarded?
The pigeon?
Yes, the pigeon. Is acting retarded.
Pigeon. He's whistling at the pigeon.
The pigeon is long left. It's gone. It's nowhere
Oh.
near you anymore.
I think that's supposed to be my brother, and he's done a dumb mistake. He was trying out a new pigeon form and a new pigeon thing.
Oh.
And I think yeah. If he doesn't snap out of it, then he's gonna be stuck there. Damn it. I have to go and talk to Officer Eli. Or okay. No, I know what he was trying to stalk a follow a chick. I really want to go and check on my brother, but
What?
he was following this chick that's been scoping out our place for the last couple of days, and no one's really taking it seriously because it's, I don't know, she's been like that for the last couple of days ever since we came back home.
That's when Officer Eli walks over. Hey guys, how y'all doing?
I saw a pigeon acting weird.
He looks at you and he says, "What is with people telling me cryptic weird things? I just got off the phone with Ben and he's like, some burned bitches out here."
Pigeon brother.
Okay, what about your brother?
He's trying out a new pigeon.
Okay, good for him. Are you worried about him?
He was more. He goes, what do we do on a daily basis?
Go to school? I mean, you do. I guess I do.
No, ever since. Seriously, you're acting weird.
I'm acting weird. You're the one telling me that your pigeon's no, your brother's a pigeon. And that like I get he's a pigeon, but as long as he doesn't stay too long, he needs to practice anyway. He's not a natural morpher like Marco here.
Again? You were kind of cutting out there.
Oh, I just said that you're a natural morpher, Marco, and Kenneth does not have the same gift, so maybe he's just practicing.
No. He was stalking the chick who has been looking around our place for the last 3 days.
He looks around. All right, fine. I tell you what. When I get a chance, you go to school. I'll look for Kenneth. I'll call him, see if I can find him, and find this chick that's been stalking you. All right. By the way, the
Hey, do you know a Joe? He thinks. You know a Jake?
a Jake. My middle name is
Yeah.
Jake. But that doesn't. I don't think that means anything. It was named after. I was named after the first Animorph. Why?
Oh, nothing. He just can't. He goes.
Look, go to class. Go to class. I will look for Kenneth. Find out what's going on. And I'll meet you at lunchtime. And we'll just meet outside in the courtyard. You know, where people sit around and eat. Not that many people out there. We can, get by the hedges or something. And we'll just talk. And I'll tell you what's going on with Kenneth and this chick. That's apparently there's a burned chick, and now there's a blonde chick. I'll figure it out and I'll let you know. Okay.
Okay. And he goes in with Marco. Hey, Marco. So how's things with you?
I do suppose what happened is being taken not so well. Hold on, give me a second. Sorry.
That's okay.
He mumbles to himself. It's weird. I've been having this nightmare ever since I seen that chick.
All right, so while you guys are heading to homeroom, because it's 8:30 now, the bell's ringing. I'm gonna jump to Jimmy. Um, so you go up towards this third Hork-Bajir that's kind of hanging out there in one of the trees. You don't see it because you're a mosquito, but like what you see is like a bunch of you have compound eyes, so you see a bunch of, like a kaleidoscope, like a bunch of small images. So it's kind of hard to wrap your mind around it, as far as like being a human is concerned. But like you're able to smell the blood of this Hork-Bajir. And let's see, I will eventually you kind of actually let me move this stuff. You are able to kind of fly up towards it. It's not going to notice you. I mean, you don't know much about the Hork-Bajir, but you do know that they're not going to see a mosquito coming at them, especially since technically you're not even supposed to know it's there because it's apparently just sitting there watching. But you do. Sorry, I'm trying to find all the picture of the mosquito. There it is. But you do eventually fly up to it. What do you want to do once you get up to it? You there, Jimmy?
Okay, yeah. Just settle down on it someplace where it won't notice me.
Okay, yeah. You don't know this in character, but like Hork-Bajir eyesight is the worst, so you don't really have to worry about it detecting you until you start biting it, if you do bite it. But yeah, you're able to. Okay, yeah, you land on it. What do you want to do next?
Well, listen. See if anything's going on.
You said you want to listen, see if anything else is going on.
Yeah. See if
hmm.
it's
Mosquito hearing is also bad. So you're gonna have to roll. Let's see, insight and security. The difficulty is gonna be 3, and this is just to get the basic stuff, like if it's moving and stuff like that. You're not gonna be able to hear like words and stuff if he's speaking, which he's not.
All right. Insight security. Dee. The button. There it is. Insight. I gotta unclick the other one. I also will screw up. Think. On. Yes. Now click, right? Yes. Oh, what did the...
Insight isn't highlighted.
I thought it was... Okay, it's it. Yes.
Yeah, this...
I'm clicking, it's not working.
This new character sheet is
Alright, let
ridiculous.
me reload the page for a second.
Yeah.
It's being kind of janky.
Yeah, I don't know why they changed it. It was working perfectly fine before they changed it. I guess they wanted to add a bunch of shit to it that they really didn't need to add, but...
Alright, now let's see if it works. Oh, where's my thing again? There we are. Load up. There we go. Inside security. Now roll.
Alright, so you got 2 successes. I'm gonna give you as much information as a mosquito brain can handle. You don't hear talking. If this thing was here just to observe, that's probably all it's gonna do. Okay, I'm on a different. I'm with Jimmy now. I'll come back to you and Alex in a minute.
Okay.
But basically, this thing is sitting in the trees. You can feel it and sense it, like looking around. And it's moving, but it's moving incredibly slowly, like it's attempting to be silent. There's even a couple of like it never like slips or anything because the Hork-Bajir were born for the trees, but this thing um, in other ways is kind of careless. So like for example, you'll hear him start to speak like he's wanting to say something to someone, then he stops himself, or he will it looks like he's about to make a decision to jump to another tree, but then it stops itself. Like it does a bunch of stuff like that. It doesn't seem to be the best spy in the world, but it's understandable why it's chosen to hide in the trees because it's made for the trees basically. So it looks like its head moves around a lot more. So it looks like it is looking for you. It looks like it saw you shrink and now it's trying to figure out where this shrinking boy is. But other than that, you can't really determine anything else by it.
Well, if it's looking for me, I'm just gonna keep hanging out on it.
Okay, but you do remember what the test was, right?
Oh yes, but right now I gotta deal with this spy here, so I'm gonna hang out where it can't see me.
Fair enough. All right, back at Ben's RV. Or no, because you went into the woods as well. So you are tracking this robot woman through the woods. She has detected you, but now she's just kind of leaned up against a tree. Before you do anything, give me an insight and security check, difficulty 1.
All right, give me a sec. We can't hear you at all if you're speaking, and your screen is black.
What?
I don't know why the screen's black. But yeah, let me know when you roll.
I did already.
Okay.
00.
All right. Sorry, I'm just trying to get some things taken care of on the roll 20. So yeah, you don't notice anything particularly out of the ordinary as far as why she's just leaning up against a tree. Now, if it was a normal, hiker, you'd be like, oh, this person's tired or something. But clearly, this is not a normal hiker. So your guess is, I mean, like I said before, this person is definitely tired in some method, in some way, but you're not really sure how. So what do you want to do next?
I want to try to fly out of range, but keep a circular distance. Like maybe come back to where I left off. Like go in circles because red tail hawks will do that.
Okay, so you're basically just keeping an eye on her and trying to stay out of range.
Yep.
All right, so after like 5 minutes of you flying around in circles, just observing, she slowly begins sliding down the tree until she falls to her knees.
I'm gonna. Can I search for maybe an animal that I can grab to use as dinner and kind of fly by her with something?
You want to feed her a rodent? Is that what you're saying?
No, no, no. I mean to make it seem like I'm not watching her, grab a
Oh.
rodent and fly over her, you know what I mean?
So you can get closer.
Yeah, kind of get closer to her,
Okay.
and
you know what I keep forgetting? The animal stats are often better. So roll insight and security in the red-shouldered hawk. I'll just highlight it for you. So you just got to roll. Click on the roll. But with a hawk's perception, you always have one reroll and also 3 dice instead of 2. So I'm just gonna click on the 3 for you, and then yeah, just click on. Let me know if if you can't find the red-shouldered hawk character sheet. It should be visible to you. It's in the other morphs folder.
Yeah, I got
Okay. I'm trying to make as many of these character sheets as visible as possible, but there's a lot. I don't think y'all see like a fourth of them. Hmm. It's weird. It should have rolled 3. Let me see what's going on here.
Oh no, that was my fault. I didn't know it was set to 3.
Yeah, it rolls. They roll 3 automatically for perception checks that are based on sight and I believe either hearing or smell, but definitely sight. But yeah, roll that one more time with a 3, and you also get 1 re-roll. So okay, you don't need it because you got 5 successes. All right, so here, in addition to everything I described before, um, you also notice that her blue light, that's her eye, one of her eyes, is like flickering. It looks like it's about to die. She is basically, it looks like she looks like the parts of her that look human is a facade. Like it's something that was put on a mostly robotic or cybernetic creation. So like she's almost purely robotic with very little organic parts at all. And it does look like whatever is powering her, as far as like what would power a robot, like some kind of power source, it is dying, and she is dying. Now, if there's
I'm
anything
gonna.
else, because you did get 5 successes, if there's anything else that you want to know, just ask, and if it's something that you could get from a perception check, I'll tell you probably.
Okay, so was it leaking any fluid like blood or oil, or was there a trail of a substance?
Not really. It seems like she has just been moving for a very long time. Possibly, more than likely, this quote unquote hiking that she's doing, she has probably been doing for if not days, then possibly months or years, like nonstop moving. Like her shoes that she did have on have no soles left on them. Her clothes, like you can see it, her clothes is basically falling off her in bits and pieces behind her. Like it looks like she has just been on the move literally 24/7.
Whoa. Yeah, that's. I mean, I want to fly past her, but keep an eye on her just to make sure. You know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Before I change over, I don't want to exceed my 2 hour limit, but
Yeah, you've got a little bit of. I mean, you changed around 8:30, and it's like a little after 8:30, so you've got plenty of time as far as that goes. Um, you'll get to a point in as far as that goes, there'll be a point where I'll give a single warning to players, not NPCs but to players. I'll be like, yeah, you're about an hour and a half, and that's kind of your one warning that you'll get. And then I will, like at a certain point after that, like maybe 30 minutes later or whatever, I will spend threat, and then you will become that creature forever. So just keep that in mind. Like Eli has the thing in his head where it literally counts down the minutes, but you guys don't have that. So unless you're a bird with like a watch around your talon, you're gonna be guessing the whole time. Um, so yeah, basically for the moment you're good. You probably haven't been in more for more than 10 minutes. So you're just watching for right now, right?
yeah, but I'm kind of like eating the rodent that I tried to get.
Oh, that's gonna. If you're actually eating, then that's gonna require a composure check. Roll control and command, and you know what? This is also going to be an opposed check because you had to grab it. Um, so let me roll, and that'll be how many successes you need. Whoops. Well, that sucks. You just need 1 success, apparently. This thing died immediately.
I got my 1 success.
Now, this is a human thing that you're rolling for. So like it's Ben who's got to make the composure check. Is that what you rolled with, or did you roll with the bird?
No, I've rolled with the red-shouldered hawk
Okay, so
because that's what I want.
yeah, no, it's fine. Just I have to remember to remind everyone the differences between when you roll one thing versus the other. So roll control and command, but roll it on the Ben character sheet. Um, but yeah, that's my bad. I need to remember to remind people of that. Because like the mental things is almost always going to be y'all, but the physical things will almost always be the animal. Okay, so you got to you're able to keep yourself from vomiting from eating a rat, and it died relatively quickly. How bit too into it, and you know you eventually you have to. I mean, you can't fly around eating it. You have to eventually perch on a tree limb. So you perch on a tree limb and you eat it, and for like 20 minutes you forget that you're in a hawk morph and you're just eating this rat, and after a while the blood's gushing down your beak and it's all over the ground below you. It's all over the tree branch you're on. And this cybernetic girl that you've been quote unquote observing, she's still down there, but now she's like completely on her side, like on the ground.
All right, I'm gonna fly down and try to morph back to human.
All right, control and well, both your command and con are the same, so either one of those. And the difficulty is, let's see, it's 1 because you're morphing to human and you've already morphed your previous thing before. So yeah, just one difficulty. Control and command. Was that? Oh no, that's the previous one. Oh, and you aren't able to do it, possibly because you have rat or mouse guts in your beak. But you managed to get down there and land. You're able to see like her one cybernetic blue eye is still like barely, faintly, lit up. And you also can see that her body, because it's mostly metal and robotic, is twitching a lot, and like there's a lot of very jerky movement as to like when she does twitch or if she tries to right herself. But yeah, so go ahead and roll one more time. Hopefully you get one success. All right, I'll give you a bonus momentum for that double success. So you succeed in demorphing. Do you demorph behind her so she can't see you, or right in front of her so she can see you?
No, behind her so she can't see me.
All right. She. You can see as you're demorphing, as your wings begin shrinking into your back, and as your legs become human legs, and your beak full of blood, sloops back into your face, and your eyes become horrible human eyes. You are able to see that she is trying to force herself. Like she clearly heard something behind her, so she's trying to like force herself to sit up, but she like falls back onto her side. And I'll let you think about what you want to do next, and we're gonna jump to school. All right, so Marco, Alex, Officer Eli fucked off to go, look for Kenneth. Alex and Marco, you guys head to homeroom. What is up with Gilded? Why does it keep going bloop bloop? But you guys head to homeroom. If you want, you can roll Insight Command to try to get just an idea of like your basic perception check as you're looking around various students.
Roll as well.
Yeah. And teachers and just the general what's going on. 2 successes. All right, successes. I will give you a bonus one. Difficulty 1. All right. And don't forget, if you want to spend momentum to ask questions, you can. You also got talents that help you do that, etc., etc., etc. So You get to your homeroom class. Miss Weber is just sitting there. I mean, you've had homeroom with her before, so her just sitting there reading a magazine, not really paying attention to anybody is kind of standard. Um, Nothing different there. However, you both notice your classmates in homeroom are I won't say they're like staring at you, but they're like glancing at you, giving you looks every now and again. Some of them look like just straight up pity. Others look like um, just unbelief, like they don't believe what they've heard. Others are like whispering to each other and pointing at you subtly or not so subtly. Um, my question for Marco: how does Marco respond or react to this, if at all?
Sorry, my brain kind of farted.
It's okay. Everyone's gossiping about you. What do you do?
I just try to go about my day.
Okay, so ignore it. You know
Yeah,
what?
just completely ignore it.
Make a presence and command check to try to not let it get to Marco. If okay, so it's not that what they're doing or saying or anything like that is bothering you, but when Marco notices this, it does bring up a lot of kind of past events to mind. Specifically, his father being told his father is no longer with us, and yeah, he starts to like think about that more. Now you can role play that however you want, but it does come to mind like a lot. Like he literally sees it in his head, like the images of his father with Una and everything like that. So how does Marco respond or react?
Well, his eyes twitching in a way, trying to actually restrain any semblance of outwardly reaction while letting the internals handle the job for him.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe probably end up getting distracted a little more often and just sketch, you know?
Yeah. All right. So after sitting in there for like 30 minutes, the bell rings. Well, Alex, go ahead.
He's probably just put his head down and actually it doesn't even pay attention to what they're doing.
Okay. Yeah. So after a few minutes, the bell rings, and it's now time for your first period classes. So I'm gonna write down here what your classes are. Marco and Alex, you guys have connections to each other, so you guys can determine one class that you have that you're in the same class in the same period. So I'll give you the 12 classes: math, environmental science, English, chemistry, social studies, physical education, biology, geography, JROTC, Spanish or French, both are the same, art, or computers. Y'all can decide which one of those y'all want to be in the same class with each other.
What one do you want to be in? Astra?
Yeah.
Class do you want to be in?
Well,
Probably
which
biology.
biology? Okay.
Yeah.
Mac, are you good with that? Biology for both of you?
Definitely biology.
Which period do you want it? First period, or is there another period that y'all want to? I was gonna put it in first period just because that we can go straight into that. But if you want it second, third, fourth, or fifth, then you can have it for that. And this will be like your schedule throughout the entire school year. So make sure you pick whichever you actually feel like. Sorry, I was talking and freaking muted myself. All right, so which period do you want? Biology. First, second, third, fourth, or fifth.
Not really picky.
Okay. Nostra, you not pick it either? If not, I'm just gonna roll a d5 and decide from there. And I know, so as far as like the periods go, every single school, even the same schools in America, do it differently. Like some will have eight periods, and it's only like 30 minutes a period, and others will have only 4 periods, and it'll be like an hour and a half. And I was in the latter. I had 4 periods, and it was like an hour and 45 minutes each period. It was torture. All right, so 1d5. All right, so it's gonna be third period, so right after lunch. It's biology. Yep. Which, that's a good time to have biology class, right after you eat.
Yeah.
Alright.
So you can puke up.
Yep. Alright, Alex or Mac, roll a d12, and this will be your first period class. Two, so you got environmental science. Alright.
Oh, damn it. I got environmental science.
Marco, roll a d12, please. For Marco. 9. You have JROTC. First period. I had JROTC for first period. It was fun because I slept through half of it.
I'm here.
Alright, let's see. So we got that one out the way. Got that one. Alright, Mac, roll a D10. Alright, Spanish or French? Which one do you want to learn?
He'll go Spanish.
Okay. Alright, Marco, D10. You got physical education. I hate having physical education first thing in the morning. Alright, Alex, roll 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Roll a D8. You got English.
F3.
English. For fourth period.
Oh, damn it. Sleeping. Sleeping through it now.
Alright, Marco, a D8.
Rolled.
Alright, you got a 4, so you got chemistry, fourth period. 2 science classes. Oof. I hated science. Alright. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alex, roll a D6 for me, please. Got it. Is that a 4? Yep. So you have chemistry, but it's in the 5th period. Alright.
Oh, damn it.
6. So 1, 2, 3. You have computers last period. Alright, so this is your... So the good news about that, though, is like 4th period and 5th period, you guys can, meet, talk, whatever, for like 10, 15 minutes before class. Actually, I think it's more like 7 minutes or some stupid shit. But like, because you both have chemistry, you'll probably be meeting each other, on the way to... As Alex is on the way to chemistry and Marco's leaving chemistry. Alrighty then. So yeah, the bell rings. You guys head to your classes. Alex, you head to environmental science. Marco, you head to ROTC. At that point, Alex, you being in your environmental science class, and this is probably almost 9 o'clock at this point. You are... Alex, you get a text from Officer Eli, saying if you can make an excuse to use the restroom within the next 10 or 15 minutes, there's something I gotta tell you.
He goes, ma'am, I really do need to go to the toilet.
Roll a presence and command check.
Something he's good at.
Yep. It's gonna be contested though.
And he's gonna use a momentum.
They only got 2 successes. Alright. Ooh, you got 4, so you get 2 bonus momentum.
He's standing there going, "Oh, really? Do you need to go to the toilet?"
All right. So you run out to use the restroom. And you see Officer Eli doing his typical patrolling the corridors thing. But you see down the corridor, as if he had just finished talking with her, the other resource officer that apparently, I mean, the only reason you could think of her being here is that she was his replacement while he was not here, and she's just kind of, helping him, like, like, here's what's been going on, and I'm here if you need me, that kind of thing. So, but she's moved off. Let me find. You don't know her name, but I will post because at this point, I mean, you've seen her a couple times, so I'll show you what she looks like. So that's what she looks like. And he turns when he sees you. He kind of gestures for you to come over. There's no one in the hallway, thankfully. But he says, all right, so yeah, your brother is actually looking into this woman that was stalking your family or whatever. He has discovered that apparently she lives in the sewers. So I think you, me, and Kenneth can go down there. Marco's been through enough already. He can be in his classroom and learn his whatever it is he's learning, his JROTC. And we'll just go down there and we'll figure out what's going on. The three of us should be able to take her if she's some crazy Kelbrid spy or something. So yeah, that's what I think we should do. Your alligator morph is more than capable of being in the sewers and actually doing some damage down there. So I think we
Okay.
should do that.
Okay. I had to use the excuse to get out of class, going to the toilet.
Right. So you can't be gone for too long.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we could do this at lunch. You get an hour lunch. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to let you know. Yeah. Anyway, I guess I will see you at lunch, and then if I guess we could ask Marco if he wants to go, but I'm worried about Marco. Honestly, I'm worried about Jimmy and Ben too, but for different reasons. But anyway, yeah, we'll do this. I'll get up with you at lunchtime and figure this out. And then he just nods and kind of, unless you have something specific you want to ask him or say, he's just gonna just nod and say, "See you at lunch." And
Yeah. At lunch, and he goes to the toilet like he go, so it doesn't look suspicious. He didn't go to the toilet.
Okay. Let's see. Let's jump to Ben real quick because we're about to. Well, actually, who here? I know I asked this in the messages, but people don't see them all the time. Who here is able to stay for like another 30 minutes or so? If not, then that's fine. I just want to know. If you can, then we can go for at least another 30 minutes and get a big chunk of this. Everybody's good for at least 30 minutes. Might be longer, but probably not.
I'm viable for 30.
Okay. In which case, I'll do Jimmy. I'll go back to Jimmy first, and then we'll go to Ben. All right. So Jimmy, you're sitting there waiting for something to happen. How long are you gonna wait? Because you do have a 2-hour limit, and it's around 9 o'clock now, so you've probably been in Morph for almost an hour.
Alright, well, if this one's deciding to just keep chilling, who else is around for me to roll up to?
Those other two, the Ronan and Gemma, who morphed into Hork Bashir, they have, as far as your mosquito senses are concerned, they disappeared into the forest. I'll be honest with you, it'll probably take more of a morph to find them than a mosquito. It'll probably take like your hawk morph or something to find them, because not only because they've gotten too far away, but just because the mosquito eyes and senses, unless it's blood, it doesn't care. So, but that's your options basically.
Well, then I'm gonna go sneaky away from this fella.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure, I'm gonna go make sure I'm well out of this thing's range of senses, since it's apparently kind of pitiful as it is.
Yeah. Um.
Before I start doing a morph change.
All right. Do a control. Was it control? No, it was daring and con. Difficulty 1.
Alright.
Yeah, their eyesight's
Okay.
terrible. So as long as you're not morphing right under the tree, he won't hear you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
All right. Let me. All right. So you got. Got a bonus momentum. Grab that for you. All right. So you begin demorphing. What is your next morph going to be?
What do I got?
You got
Do got a hawk.
you got a hawk, a crow, gorilla, Doberman, and the mosquito.
I'm gonna go crow.
Okay. Now, because you haven't done this one before, it will be a difficulty 2 as opposed to the difficulty 1 of the hawk.
I did crow before.
Oh yeah, that's right. I guess you had to. Did you have to practice with it or something? I don't remember. Let's see.
Yeah, well, I did do crow. I did do crow because that was my fixation at the time.
Gotcha. All right, so yeah, it's gonna be con and daring difficulty 1.
Okay.
Okay, so you begin morphing the crow. After you begin morphing the crow, you do hear that the Hork-Bajir that was observing has begun moving away from your location, as if it's like, well, he's not here. Well, let me go over here and look for him. But he's not leaving the general area of like the campsite. So as long as you're like slightly away from the campsite, he shouldn't find you. All right, so roll one more time. As you have successfully concentrated. Oh yeah, and I'll give you another bonus momentum.
Alright, cool. Success again.
Nice. Just getting all that bonus momentum. Alright, paste.
Probably gonna need it later.
Yeah, especially for these difficult morphs. People, sometimes you got, it's a difficulty of 2 or 3, and then people are like, I'll just roll 2 dice. And it's like, okay, good luck with that. Roll one more. Let me see. 1, 2. Yeah, roll again. As the minutes pass. So the first thing that happens is just jet black, like fur, or not fur, but hair. Your hair turns jet black. Then feathers just begin sprouting all over your back, and then you begin shrinking. And let's see, 1, 2. Yeah. So one more time.
All right.
I wish I knew which morph sounds.
All right. One success.
Alright, so then you are coming to the completion of your morph as your legs become talons, your feet become talons, and now you are a crow. Now roll one more time to grasp this brain, the crow brain. If I remember correctly from reading things, the crow mind is intelligent but also kind of vicious.
All right. Okay, let's see.
So you got 1, 2, 3, and you got it. So yeah, you can sense that like hunt. I wouldn't say it's like a hunter mentality. It's more like a opportunist kind of like if I see something, I'm taking it kind of thing. In the instincts of like survival and like the only thing it's really afraid of is like bigger birds. Everything else it considers like beneath it. But yeah, you're basically like, okay, I got this. And yeah, you are now the crow. And it's crow, right? It's not raven, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it is a crow.
Okay, so yeah, you are a crow. and you are taking flight. So roll. Now you're gonna have to use the crow's character sheet. So let me make that visible to you. Like I said, all these character sheets should be visible to everybody, but because there's so many, I haven't had time to make them visible. So you're gonna roll insight and security, and it's gonna be automatically 3 dice, which I'll go ahead and click on, and you get to re-roll 1d20 if you fail one of your dice rolls, and that's just for your perception as far as like vision and hearing. Definitely vision. Can't remember if they have good hearing or not, but I think they do. I know owls and eagles do. Do you need to know
Daring
where it
and
is?
what?
Do you need to know where the crow character sheet is, or did you find it?
Oh, wait, I see it now.
Yeah, it should be already
Now, what
highlighted.
am I rolling on that one in particular?
Insight and security. It should be already highlighted because I was editing it earlier.
There he is. Okay. I'm rolling insight security. Okay, task. Okay.
Ooh. So that is a crit fail, but you got 1 success. I would re-roll that crit fail. So just go back into the crow character sheet and then go over and click on 1 for task roll, and then click again, and it should roll 1d20. Nice. So you got 2 successes. Yeah, okay. So the crow's vision, I don't believe, is like, owl level or hawk level at night, or hawk level during the day and owl at night, but it's still better than humans, and you're able to see. Oh, that's loud. You're able to see these 2 creatures at a pretty good distance of like a quarter of a mile away, just swinging through the trees. Their spikes on their arms just slam into the bark, and then they pull themselves up and then jump to a lower part of a branch on another tree, and they're just going. And they're not together anymore. They've split up, and they're now moving around the forest. Which one are you going after?
Which one appears to be the one behind the other?
They're more or less in the same distance away from you. I probably Gemma is slightly closer to you and slightly further away, or slightly like closer to you, and yeah, that's probably the best way to say it. She's slightly closer to you, but they're going in different directions away, so that it's not like they're too far apart. It's just just got to pick one and figure out which one you want to go for. As long as you go after one,
Let's go with the one on the right.
All right. So you go after that one. I need a control and con as you're flying through the trees. Hopefully not hitting any branches. Difficulty of 1. And this you do want to roll the crow. So let me go ahead and. Yeah, the con is going to be higher. I don't know why it's that low, but yeah. So go ahead.
What's the task roll on it?
For this, it's still going to be 2.
All right.
And the difficulty is 1. So you just need 1 success out of those 2 dice. Ooh. So you are swooping through the trees, or perhaps not through the trees, perhaps above the trees, but
yeah.
You are just not getting a handle on how the crow's wings work. Maybe it's because they're just slightly different than the hawks, or maybe it's because it's a bird and you're not a bird, but you just not really getting it. And after a minute, you've got to land on a branch and get your bearings and kind of rest a little bit. Oh, that reminds me. So you also get another fatigue because you've morphed again. So let me find that. And basically now it will increase the difficulty of your morphs the more you morph. So you're kind of sitting on this branch like, oh, okay, this is harder than I thought, and you're about ready to take off again, and you hear Ronan's voice in your head, and as you look, as he says, "Hey, Jimmy," and you look towards the Hork-Bajir to the left. And it's began moving towards you. It doesn't look like it knows where you are. It just is. It looks like it's just heading in your general direction, like it's trying to get closer, so the thought to speak can work because of how the distance affects it. But you hear him say, "Hey Jimmy, there are three Hork-Bajir. Two of us are humans in Morph. One of us is real. One of us is a real Hork-Bajir. Do you know which one the real one is?"
I'm guessing it'd be the one to the left right now, since the other one was trying to keep its mouth shut.
Mm. And so are you talking about the one that's observing the camp?
The one that was observed, it's like if one's real, two are human. Well, then the one that was kept on trying not to, are they sentient?
Yes, in the strictest sense. I mean, your character probably
All right,
wouldn't know
did
that,
the
but
well, no, but I saw that the one was trying not to speak.
yeah, like he would say a word in
Did
like a foreign language and then just stop.
okay, so that must have been the alien.
All right, so that's what you tell him, basically the one that was kind of
Yeah.
okay. Um, you hear Ronan's voice again say, "Fair enough. But now you have another task. If you can restrain one of us, you will meet the leader." And then, as after he says that in your mind, the two that were kind of moving away from each other begin moving back closer towards each other. Um, he's probably at this point, because he was moving closer to you, he's probably now closer than she is, assuming she was closer to you before. But now, as they're moving closer to each other, they're also getting closer to you. So now you have to restrain them, and you really only, unless you want to use your Doberman morph, you really only have one morph for that. So do you want to go ahead and get to the ground and demorph?
What would be the conditions of just morphing above them and just dropping on them?
You've got to have the best balance ever. Because you're going to go from bird to human to, 400-pound, or probably not 400, 300-pound gorilla.
Yeah. Ooh.
They're also in the trees too, though. They're staying in the trees. Like, it's not like they're on the ground. They're swinging through the trees. They probably don't get lower than 6 to 8 feet off the ground. They stay pretty high up. So you'd have to be high up too. And of course, the higher you go in trees, the more brittle the branches are. So it's kind of a gamble there, but it's up to you.
Yeah. Well, if I can get low and then get to a corner, and then go gorilla and knock them down. Can I knock them off the trees? Is that part of the thing?
Yeah, I mean, if you're in gorilla morph, because of how strong gorillas are, if you like slam up against a gorilla tree and they fall, and you could easily just pin them with a foot to the chest, and they're down, and that's as that's it. But you got to get them out of them trees.
All right. Well, I can. Okay. Let's see. First. Okay. Oh, they be going far off if I. Okay. Let's go to some place where I can morph without them seeing me.
Okay, so you take off. I'm gonna
Yeah.
as you're flying away to kind of find a place to morph. I'm gonna jump back to Ben. Where's Ben's thingy? There it is. All right. So, yeah, she is trying to force herself up. She's heard something behind her, but she hasn't seen it. Have you already morphed or demorphed, I should say, or did you just say?
Yeah, I did demorph at the end.
All right. So you are now demorphed. What do you want to do?
Uh, what I want to do is I want to get up to the thing and try to like see what it's like. I know it's dying, but I want to see if there's any wounds. I want to see if there's like battle damage to it. I want to see what's going on, basically.
Okay. So roll either, it's up to you, insight medicine or insight engineering. Difficulty is, it's going to be scaled. You need at least one success to determine like just how bad she is, but more successes can determine exactly what's wrong with her.
I'm gonna use my determination for 2 success.
All right. And are you also going to roll or just use the determination?
Just the determination.
All right. And you're going to use, where is it? I believe it was, oh, I gotta run back to see what the trait focus is, which is basically like Star Trek's directive. It's basically something you could use for a value. Who can you trust? So, walk me through your character, through Ben's thought process. How does he go from like, you know, who can you trust, trying to figure out who he could trust, to trying to figure out how badly damaged this person is?
Oh yeah. Like seeing if it's still alive, but not looking it in the face, just kind of like trying to see, like, hey, are you okay? Kind of.
So are you talking to it, or are you just looking at it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No, I'm talking to it. Like, hey.
In which case, so you're gonna automatically succeed in the insight roll, but I'm gonna need you to roll a presence and command check as well, to kind of, you know, not come off as a threat to this creature. Difficulty is just 1. All right. So you got 2 successes. That's gonna give you another bonus momentum there. So first thing you notice, as you're moving closer, you're like trying to say, hey, no, it's okay, I just want to see what's up with you. First thing you notice is the one human side of her face, the side of her face that looks human, just like fear in the eye. And you could tell that the eye is not this woman's original eye. Like, there's clear surgical, scars all around the eye socket. And it just, the eye color itself is not natural, but like you could clearly see that there's fear there. She tries to like pull herself away, but like the more she moves away from you, the more skin and metal pieces and clothes fall off her, and she's just like huddled up against the tree. But yeah, you could tell that 80% of her being metal, she needs more engineering work than she does medical work. She is basically like I said before, she's dying. I will also say that you could tell, although there are hints of Kelbrid technology, she is not a Kelbrid. More than likely, she started out at least partially human, and now most of her, if not all of her, is machine. And she literally probably is minutes away from being powered down permanently based on her level of just not having enough energy to sustain herself.
All right. If she cowers away from me, I'm just gonna bolt.
Well, before you do that, because like she's afraid, and then as she's like moves her back up against the tree and tries to like get away from you, she says in a kind of digitized voice, "Human, state your intent." Does that change your reaction at all?
Yes, it does. I was just seeing if you were okay. You're on the ground. I was going for a jog. Are you okay? Did you say human?
What is this location, date, and time, human?
Well, you're in the mountains. The time is probably around 3:00. The place that we are, I can't remember what it's called.
It's not 3:00 because otherwise everything would be off kilter timeline wise. It's probably about I would say 9:30. But yeah, after you give her the information, she looks around. Every single movement that she makes, like a human, generally speaking, when they move, are more or less kind of fluid, but it's like just completely jerky, completely abrupt and sudden, and it's like, like a normal machine, kind of like a machine would make. Um, and she looks back to you after looking around, um, and she says, let's see, where is it? She says, this being is a melding of a Yerk subvisor, a female teenage human called Taylor, and a Kelbrid computer processor. I am dying.
Is there anything that I could do to try to make you live? Do you need a power source?
There is nothing on this planet that will power us. Kelbrid technology and science brought me back to life, but we escaped their custody. We have no purpose except to survive. And then, like, as she says that, her voice becomes deeper as, like, the power begins taking, the lack of power begins taking its toll on her. She's still, like, awake, but, like, at this point, talking just takes too much energy.
I immediately call the cop. I know, Eli.
Okay. You get him on the phone, and he says, "Yeah, what's up? What's up, Ben?"
Well, I just followed that armored thing, and it's I don't know. It's kind of human, kind of robot. There's probably an AI.
Did it say
It just died.
Did it say if it was Kelbert or not? Do you know? Can you tell?
It was made by the Kel.
All right. Well, we only really have two options. Even if it's only partially Kelbrid, there is a possibility that some kind of safeguard that they have put into it would basically make it so that it's trackable. So the only two options I could think of is destroy it or get out of that area and let the Kelbrids track it down.
Okay, I'm out of here. Should I try to find a different place to be?
I would, yeah, I might as well take the RV and just, I guess, go to my apartment parking lot, and then we'll figure out a better, a more permanent place for you later. But that thing being there, even if best case scenario, it's not Kelbrid, but it's just associated with them, they're still gonna find it. Somebody's gonna find it, and then they're gonna track it back to us. It's best that it just be destroyed.
All right.
All right. All right. So you bounce.
Yep, I did.
All right. All right. So you get out of there, and now we are going to Alex and Marco. So we're jumping ahead a little bit. This may or may not affect Jimmy's situation, but we'll come to that we'll get to that when we come to that. But it's lunchtime, and you guys, Marco and Alex, are heading to lunch, or you've got your lunch, and you're heading out to the courtyard where you guys agreed to meet with Officer Eli. And you get out there, you sit down to eat or whatever. Is there anything you guys want to talk about before Officer Eli shows up?
Well, we found, I know the location of the pig that's been hanging around my place.
You say that to Marco?
Yeah.
Say again?
Oh, I know the location of the person who's been stalking around my house. King.
And you're thinking to try and intercept them?
Go down and investigate. Wanna join? Wanna...
I'll go just as long as
What'd you say? You'll go so long as what?
so long as nobody else gets dragged into even more tragedies. God damn it, cat.
That's when Officer Eli walks up, and he says, "Well, no, he's not in that form." But he walks up and he says, "All right, so we've got a little bit more information about this girl that apparently you've seen. Like I said, she's in the sewers, living there, and we can go down there with our battle morphs or whatever and take care of it, or at the very least just figure out what she's doing. The main thing that Kenneth has figured out is that she is morph capable, so we need to be careful. Go ahead, both of you, Marco and Alex, make an insight command roll, and it's going to be opposed by Eli.
Wait a second, I'll be right back. Need to adjust my computer.
Yep, no problem. Oh. Alright, so... yeah, I spent threat for that. Alright, so we got 3 against 4, and then a complication. So Alex, you know that there's something that obviously Eli isn't telling you, but you don't know what it is, and you don't even know what it pertains to. Marco, you actually think, well, I'm not going to tell you what your character thinks, but just the way that that Eli is talking, you know what? He seems suspicious. I mean, he might be a Kelbert for all you know. You haven't seen him for days. So I'll let you guys determine who wants to do what, in what order, etc.
Just spill it.
He says, "No, that's all I know. All I know." Look, let's
Is she your new girlfriend you're seeing?
He shakes his head. He's like, nah. Yeah, let's just go. Let's just go. Marco, if you want to go, you can. I just don't want to put anything, on you that you can't handle.
No, it's fine. I'll go.
Okay. I just want to look out for you guys. I know we've all been through a lot. All right. So do you guys get up and follow him down to wherever he's going? Okay.
Yeah?
All right. So he tries to be super careful.
He Alex goes to Marco. It's his new girlfriend. Has to be. Come on.
I have a feeling that you may be correct.
He shakes his head. He's like,
Yeah.
No. Okay. Look. I did used to know her. She used to be a member of the Remnant. And before my memories were erased, she was. Let's just say. He kind of thinks for a second. He's like, well, she went off the deep end. She had a nervous breakdown. So we might have to resort
Huh.
to our battle morphs, or we could possibly talk her down and get her back to the remnant.
Ha! She's a girlfriend.
She's not a girlfriend. She's just someone I used to know. Man. All right. So he has to actually roll because he has to lead you guys to where like the sewer is and not be caught leading 2 teens to a sewer, because that's gonna end up well if he does. So it's gonna be, I'll say presence and command. Difficulty. I don't think I have any momentum, like personal momentum. Yeah, no, I don't. Alright, so let's see what happens. Hopefully it's not a critical fail. Alright, so, you know, people notice that you guys are walking together and, like, you know, heading in a certain direction, but, like, nobody's gonna see you get to the sewer and like, get into a manhole cover and go into the sewer, so that's good. But if anybody, like, if we go missing, someone says, "Hey, did you see so and so?" Yeah, they were heading in that direction. So we just don't want to go missing, basically.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yep.
crawl down the manhole cover, like, you know, a block away. Get into the sewer, and inside. Well, no, not in the sewer. I'll say right before you get to the sewer, a pigeon flies up and rests on Eli's shoulder. Now, the resource officers' shirts, sometimes they have this little thing on the top. It adds a little bit more cushion for birds to land on. Because unless you guys are wearing jackets, if a bird actually perched on your shoulder, it'd be digging its claws into you. So, yeah, it basically just lands on like his jacket lapel thing on his shoulder. And then Kenneth's voice in your head, Alex and Marco. You hear him say, "Hey guys, what's up?" And Eli looks over to Alex and he looks he sighs. He like just immense amount of sadness in his eyes as he looks at you, Alex.
How long have you been in that bird form?
He's like, "What?" Yeah, just a few hours. That's all.
Oh gosh, you have to go back.
Yeah. I did try. And at this point, you guys are descending into the sewer.
How am I going to explain it to mom and dad? Went missing.
I don't know. Look, I did anybody? I mean, maybe if I don't know. God, this is horrible.
Did you ever think about how am I going to explain why you didn't make it to school?
Yeah, no, it's bad. It makes us look bad because if I go missing, then they're gonna come back after you guys and be like, "Hey, where's Kenneth?" I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Did you ever think?
I tried.
Kenneth,
Look, okay, I was in morph for an hour and a half. I demorphed, or no, I was about to demorph. But this chick almost saw me. I had to stay as a pigeon, or she was gonna be super suspicious.
Should have went to another spot, brother.
I tried. Look, I'll tell you the whole story later. So as you guys are walking, you actually hear a beer bottle be kicked down the sewer. And you hear like a growling sound. Eli turns to Alex and he says, "I think you should go Gator."
Okay, I go Gator.
All right. Let me turn that down a bit.
Presence,
So,
security.
presence and security. Yep. Difficulty is going to be 2.
I'm going to roll a third dice.
Are you giving me threat or spending momentum?
I'm gonna give you threat.
Ooh. I had actually gotten my threat halfway down. Alright, so you got 3 successes, you get another bonus momentum. All right, so you're concentrating. Roll one more time.
I'm gonna use a momentum.
All right. All right. Get your momentum back. All right. So as you're changing, the first thing that happens is just fangs, really, really sharp teeth just jut out down from your mouth, and like you feel them stabbing into the bottom of your mouth. And then, hold on, let me see if I can find something. Yeah, there we go. The crocodile Cassimorph. So basically, your back then begins, like, frickin' scales begin just appearing on your back as your tail begins to, or a tail begins to elongate out, from behind you. Go ahead and roll one more time.
He starts wagging his tail.
Okay, Dragonborn.
I'm gonna spend a momentum.
All right. So now, I'm gonna roll it again just because it's funny. Now you finish the morph. You fall onto all fours, and now you are the gator. But now one of the scariest parts, you have to actually roll to take control of the brain.
Yep. So presence security.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm using 2 momentum for this,
Yeah.
just in case.
Yeah, fair enough. Ooh, you barely good thing you used that.
Yes.
Because you would have got nothing. You would have been running around trying to eat my legs. But
Yep.
now you are a alligator in the sewers.
He goes after the he goes after the person who was kicking the thing.
All right. Well, as you move ahead, Eli's gonna say, Alex, hold up. We don't know what that is yet.
It's wolfen time.
You going wolf?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we could have Wolf had good smell. So that'd be useful. So go ahead and you've done it before, so it's gonna be reason and security, difficulty 1.
Yeah. Oh, I try to get my cat to stop
All right.
bothering me.
You got 2 successes.
Yeah.
So there you go. Give you another bonus momentum. So yeah, you begin to concentrate, and your ears just move to the side of your head and point upward. All right, go ahead and roll again. Oh, wow, another bonus momentum. I think this is the most y'all have ever gotten bonus momentum. Yeah, fur begins sprouting all over you, and you fall to all fours. Roll one more time. Or again, I should say.
I rolled.
Yep. And you, once again, got another bonus momentum. As the organs begin to reorganize themselves inside your body, and your legs reverse, and your paws grow, and your claws extend, you finish morphing into the wolf. And wow! And you also control that mind like it's owes you money. All right, so that's +2 momentum. God, I'm not gonna have room for all this momentum, y'all. I hope y'all, but don't forget to use it before the end of the book, though. Before the end of the next session, otherwise it goes away. So, yeah, you are a wolf now. Awesome. Let me grab your. Actually, is there a? There might not be a token for wolf. Where is it? Battle morphs. Let me see. Yeah, there's not, but whatever.
You just see these crocodiles swimming in the water. Dun.
Alright, so I'm going to say that my character stays human for now. And he, basically, you guys head into the sewer. And don't forget you have an hour before lunch ends and 2 hours before you cease to exist and stay as that. So keep that in mind. Now, thankfully, you're with Eli, so he has the more, he has the talent of internal clock, so he will be able to determine the time. All right, that goes down a little bit. So. Wolf scent, you and even gator scent's pretty good, but it's nothing like wolf scent. You determine that there is in fact a human around the corner, around the bend, and you determine that this human that the wolf ears picks up like muttering, female voice muttering to herself, and then you all of a sudden everyone hears like a loud crash, like somebody threw something against a wall. Eli says, "Okay, guys, let's just move up very, very carefully," and he begins moving up with a pigeon on his shoulder. If this was ever on TV, it looked like the most ridiculous thing ever.
I would be hiding under the water,
Ooh,
just
yeah.
going,
Dun 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 dun.
Then-
Oh, that's Jaws.
and just sitting there, for a couple of minutes with the eyes poking out.
Yeah. All right. So you move ahead. You guys come around the corner and you see a girl. I am going to post a picture of the girl, and I will go ahead and tell you, Alex, just immediately, you do not recognize her. This is not the same person that was stalking you at your house. But let me find the frickin' picture. Where is it? There it is. It looks like it could be her if you hadn't seen her. Like you got a good look at her. And this is not what she looked like. It looks like it could be like her sister or something, but it doesn't look like the exact girl. Also, this girl, so the girl that was at your house kind of watching you guys, the term that you can think of when looking at her would be like barbaric. Like she's wearing furs and hides and got like war paint on, and she's filthy, and hair is all matted. This girl, although she is in like just raggedy clothes and jeans and tank top and filthy hair, is not even close to how bad the other girl looked. But that being said, I will tell you. No, I can't tell you because you wouldn't know. But I will tell you that as far as just a physical appearance, they look very, very similar. Like I said, could be sisters.
I think this is probably the sister that I was saying. Because this one's too well kept. The other one is more barbaric, like Viking-esque type thing.
So as soon as you guys turn around the corner and you see her, she kind of leaps to her feet and steps back. And as she does that, she looks at you and she screams and she says, "Nah, not again." And she points at you. She says, "No, not again. I will not be taken. I will not be used again. Leave me alone, damn it. This is my home. Get out, wolf boy. Get out, little lizard. And you too, man who pretends to be human but isn't. And also, there's a bird. Get out, all of you. This is my home. Definitely unhinged.
He gets up. Ah.
He just opens his mouth.
Ah.
Do you want to roll an intimidating check? Ooh, you could do the hiss. The alligators do. Yeah, roll intimidation. Dude, whenever Marco morphs the python and you have the gator, y'all are gonna be like the most intimidating reptiles ever.
So presence security?
Yeah, security. Yeah.
Security, You know what? I'm gonna give you true threat.
Okay,
Do that.
fair enough. I need some threat.
Oh gosh, this is more funny.
Oh my god. 3, 4, 5. So yeah, you're gonna. You know what? Nah, I'm not gonna give you. Actually, you know what? I do have to roll. Because it's contested technically. So let me look for it. Where is it? There it is. So, if you're intimidating, I'm assuming your goal is to make her consider you a threat. So she is actually going to roll. I'm going to say daring and command, and I'm going to give her some dice. Oh. So 1, 2, 3, and how many? That's a crit fail. So you still succeeded. So you actually get 1 bonus momentum because you succeeded by 1.
Yep.
Oh no, you succeeded by 2, didn't you? Hold on, let me.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you,
I
you get
succeeded.
2.
Yeah.
All right, so let me. God, you guys, y'all so much. All right, so she. You know what? Complication is this: she runs, and gators are fast. Wolves are faster though.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, you just see this alligator go after her.
All right, so y'all are going after. Is Marco also running after?
Yeah.
Okay, both of you roll control and con.
Okay, controlling.
It's gonna be.
Huh.
So hold on. You do gotta roll. The animal. So let me find the. Make sure that you guys. You should be able to roll. So okay, so it'll be
What,
control.
con?
So it'll be control. Yeah, control con. So the gator is 6 and 3, and the wolf is 8 and
Already
4.
rolled.
Cool. Oh. Oh, both of you. So she has to roll. And she has to get more than 2. Or she's getting caught.
Yeah.
I don't think it makes sense for her to get away, so I'm gonna just not give her. I'm not gonna give her any other dice. And her total score is 8 anyway. So if she wins this, then it's pure luck. Yeah. You guys catch up to her. What do you want to do? Do you want to take her down viciously, or do you just want to like threaten her to stop?
I just run. I just sweep her off her feet.
With your tail, I assume.
Yep. My tail.
Okay, let me check your character's thingy, because I think there's a talent for that. So let me go to. All right. Ooh, so many talents. By the way, all y'all's talents are probably on the second page because of the new character sheet. So make sure y'all check that. Okay, so you don't have an actual talent to do that, but I probably should make one. But go ahead and roll daring and security. It's going to be opposed. She is going to try to not be swept off her feet. But yeah, it's up to the dice. Ooh. So you don't knock her to her butt, but you do hit her in the legs hard enough to where she stumbles. And that is actually going to make it easier for the wolf to do whatever the wolf wants to do. Wolf, what do you want to do?
Definitely gonna hold them down.
Just going to grab her with your jaws and pull her down?
Yeah.
All right. Daring and security opposed, but instead, you only. So normally, let's see. If it's a tie, the active player wins. So you don't have to tie. You just have to get a success. So even if she gets 2 successes, you still succeed with 1 success. Oh yeah, you succeed by a lot. So I'll give you that 2 momentum. Yeah, basically you just wrap your jaws around her wrist and yank her down, and she goes down super easily because of Alex's assist there. Jesus, y'all have way too much momentum. Okay, no more momentum until y'all start using it. But yeah, basically you hold on. Have I been giving Nostra max momentum? I might have been doing that. Hey Mac, you've been getting momentum, right? Or have you only had that one?
I've been getting momentum, but I don't know if I'm.
Okay, so
Been giving it
do you know how many you have? Because
I don't know.
Nostra has 10, so I don't think that's right. I feel like you had more than that. You know what? Y'all are in the same place. Y'all have a total of 11 momentum between you. But
Got it.
yeah, it makes sense when you are in the same place. It doesn't make sense when you're separated. But yeah, you yank her to the ground. Shit, what was I gonna say? So, Alex, Marco.
I'm just gonna lay on top of her.
Okay, well, either way, she's not really going anywhere. She's screaming, leaning, back up against the wall, trying to get away from me, And
She ain't moving now.
Eli walks over and says, Elena, it's okay, it's me. You can revert back to your normal form. Which is weird, because she's human. And she sees him and she says, you betrayed us. He will betray you. I betrayed him too. I betrayed us all. But as she says that, her hair changes color and becomes red. And that looks like pretty much the only thing for a second that has changed. But after not long, 10 seconds, the rest of her changes. And she is now a completely different red-haired woman. That is definitely not the blonde woman that you saw earlier, Mac. So I'll post what she looks like there.
She isn't the one I saw.
All right, I think we're gonna end it. It's almost 9 o'clock. Is there anything that anyone wants to do quickly, or any questions anyone has before we end tonight's session?
Nope.
What's the next game?
What's the next game, or when's the next game?
When's the next game?
For this one, I believe I might have to check the calendar. I think it's 2 weeks from now.
It's the 23rd.
Yeah, I think that's the one
That's
that
the
you
one
can't make.
Yeah, that's the one I can't make.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that you could make your own game, so I made sure that that one and the Buffy game were ones that you could make. What we'll probably do for the 23rd is just have your character kind of dealing with the whole thing with Taylor, or with the cyborg. I definitely didn't say Taylor. Oh wait, she already said her name was Taylor. So, but yeah, you'll basically be getting in your RV, getting away from there. The stuff that you were supposed to do, and then we'll handle this whole sewer mess and Ronan's test next session.
All right. See you guys later.
See ya.
See ya.
Yeah, see ya.
And my character would definitely turn around and go, we're gonna talk about this later, brother.
Yeah.
Now he has to go and report him missing.
Yeah. Do you know how much threat? I had to spend 6 threat to make him an oscillate. I had to do that. 6 threat.
Yeah.
6 threat. So
Now he has to go and literally go report him missing.
yeah.
Didn't say he didn't show up to school. He doesn't know where he went.
Yep.
He was following this strange woman.
Well, no, because then I'll just think he's a stalker.
So he'll go. I don't know where he didn't. He was supposed to walk to school, but he didn't show up, and I don't know where he is.
Yeah. Well, eventually someone will say, I saw him walking. The bus passed, and then they'll come to you and they'll be like, hey, your bus passed him on the road. Did you see him? And you'll either say no, and they'll be like, okay, we might believe you. We might, I don't know. Or you'll say yes, but did you see anything suspicious? Or oh my frick.
I go, yeah. I go, yeah. He was heading to school.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna go finish this burger. Plus gilded my internet is dying and coming back on for some reason. So, but I guess I will
Okay.
see you guys when I see you.
Yeah. See when.
It is.
Yep.
All right. Later.